Hello. Today we're gathered here to remember the amazing life of Harvey Eugene Bailey. Not only was Harvey an amazing husband, father, grandfather, great-grandfather, and great-great-grandfather, he was also a veteran, a preacher, a psychologist, and an artist. Harvey is survived by his wife Marlene, his 5 children, Janet, Pam, Shelley, Tim, and Melanie, as well as 8 grandchildren, Jill, Justin, Jeremy, Kylie, Ryan, Nicole, Tanner, and myself, Caitlin, as well as numerous great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren. My grandpa was a very selfless person. During his time in the Vietnam War, he served as a chaplain. He would minister mainly to American soldiers, but he would also go out onto the battlefield after a battle and minister to the injured. One time, we found one of his stories from his time in Vietnam, where he wrote about his time at LZ Gold, which is the location of where a battle took place. During this story, he talks about a Viet Cong soldier who was being carried to an evacuation helicopter, but this man fell from the stretcher onto the ground. Now, most people probably would have just looked the other way. This was the enemy. He had just killed so many of our soldiers. But my grandpa went over to him, he gave him water, and he prayed with him. Because in that moment, he realized it's not us versus them. We're all human, we're all God's creation, and it's his job to love people, regardless of how much they've hurt him. Other ways that my grandpa was selfless was the way that he ministered to people even after the war. He did time as a pastor, and he also did time as a grief and addiction counselor. He helped people get through the worst times of their life, and that can take a toll on a person. But through his faith, he was able to put his own emotions and feelings aside in order to help other people. My grandpa was also a very funny man. There were so many times that he would make me just belly laugh. There were times, anytime growing up that we would be getting into the car, he would always turn around and be like, "Is Casper buckled up?" And we'd always be like, "Yeah." I never got to learn why he was obsessed with Casper, but every single time we got into a car I don't know how young I was, but until it's probably around 10, he would always ask if Casper was buckled too. Another memory that really sticks out to me is a time when he took my brother and I to go visit my uncle in Colorado. We stopped for the night at a hotel and walked over to a Sherry's that was a couple blocks away for dinner. When we were walking back, we were crossing the road in the crosswalk, and it didn't seem like this car coming at us was going to stop. So me and my brother were just going to hurry across. Well, my grandpa steps out in front, holds his hand out, waits for the car to stop, goes up to the driver and is like, "Now you need to stop for pedestrians. Pedestrians have the right of way." And then he turned around and we walked back to our hotel. I could not stop laughing. I still laugh about it pretty much every day. It's one of my fondest memories of him. We're gonna miss my grandpa a lot. He was the patriarch of the family. He brought everyone together. But just because he's gone doesn't mean his memory is lost. Just because we can't see him every day doesn't mean he's not there. He lives on within each of us because we're his family, we're his friends, and we're the next generation. So take that extra step, help that person, carry on his legacy of hope and faith, because through us, he'll live on. And with that, I thank you.